Welcome, everybody, to Saves Together, the podcast about playing games together. Whether that means co-op or passing the controller back and forth, or just playing the same game at the same time. It doesn't matter how, it only matters that it's together, because
when you
save together, you stay together.
Oh, I was trying to do a new thing, too.
Well, so was I, by taking it from you.
Oh.
Because you were like, I don't like that we finish each other's sandwiches, and I was like, dude, you know.
We finish each other's sandwiches?
You were saying like it's tacky and cheesy, and I was like, well, that's the intro. You can't change it.
I don't remember saying that at all. Must have been a different Grace, I think.
Because
I'm Grace and you're Craig.
Wait.
I'm going to start.
Because
when you save together, you stay together. Well, I thought we were changing it up, so, that was my attempt.
No, you shouldn't change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I see.
Cringe or not, we do it live.
Cringe or not.
I'm Craig.
We're here. And I'm Grace.
This is episode 98, and today we're talking about Fae Farm. But before we get to that, I want to know what you've been playing in your solo time.
I beat Turnip Boy Robs a Bank.
Whoa.
That's right.
I thought he dodged taxes.
And now he robs banks.
What's next?
I think the next game is going to be Turnip Boy Starts a Gang. Because his dad, this is Turnip Boy lore, was a Don of the Mafia. So it's Turnip Boy's time to rise up and be the next Don of the Mafia, the Turnip Boy Mafia.
I hope he starts a cult.
But
maybe
we already
a gang,
have the
lamb cult of the lamb. But maybe then the Turnip Boy and the Lamb cult, they fight.
I never thought about how Turnip Boy and the Cult of the Lamb is sort of like in that same genre of cutesifying crime, I guess. I'm also still playing Tiny Rogues because it's a great game, and the update came out in December, so I'm still going through the update and getting all the achievements. Love that game.
You trying to S rank it? Get every
I almost got
achievement?
every achievement before the update, and then they added a bunch, which is fine, but there's always one achievement I can't get, which is like the hardest difficulty, but we'll get there eventually.
You can't get it. You just mean like right now it's too hard. Not that you can't get it.
Oh, right now.
Because there's some
hard.
like old games where it's like play online 500 times.
No.
Like,
Thank
you'll
God.
Never get that.
Thank God that's not. I feel like they've taken a lot of those out.
Yes, even like
because that used to be such a thing.
It really did, and it was like there's no purpose to getting every achievement or trophy, but it was always kind of fun to maybe do it.
It definitely, gave you some dopamine.
Then you would have to play 1,000 online matches of WWE 13, and it's like I definitely am not going to do that.
Generally, I don't go for achievements or trophies anymore, but I will say when a game does compel me to do that as almost like part of the gameplay, which Tiny Rogues is, and it seems like everyone else on the, in the community, like that's the thing. We all just get the achievements because you already beat the game. The game is, you beat the game pretty quickly, but it's the achievements you want to get. So that's interesting and fun. And then I'm playing Tokyo Xanadu, which is
EX+.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Tokyo Xanadu EX+. And that's a game. That's a JRPG, which is a Falcom JRPG. And they made it because they wanted to do a different setting than their, Heroes series, Legend of Heroes series, which is more fantasy. And this is like, I guess, urban fantasy, modern fantasy.
And isn't Legend of Heroes a game that exists in this game?
That's right.
That's
so
cool.
That's like as an Easter egg.
Yeah.
But it still has that same writing problem of my character is a man. I mean, that's not the problem. It could be. and that's fine. But basically, the way the Falcom writing goes is you're a man and every single woman wants to be with you. And also, whenever you're with a woman, every character in the game comments on the fact that you're with that woman and that you're hooking up with her. That's just how it is. And it's just constant. It's every conversation. If I'm with a woman, they're like, oh my God, are you guys boyfriend, girlfriend? And I'm like, and also my main character, same as the other ones, has no interest whatsoever. So, which I just can't believe that. So I have that, now, it's a problem for me.
Do you know what's the most recent Falcom game? Because this game is technically like over 10 years old.
They're doing all their trails of the Legends of Heroes series. There's so many of them.
And it's still, so that's still going on.
Oh yeah.
And they still have this writing style?
I mean, they did in the last Trails of Cold Steel I played, which is a big reason why I stopped.
Do you remember how old was that 5 years ago?
No, it wasn't that long ago.
Okay, so it's probably still.
Yeah, oh, I'm sure.
I didn't know because this is a re-release of a Vita, like
It's
a
not
updated
actively
Vita game.
like problematic. It's just
No, I know.
incredibly
Boring.
like pestering. Like it's just like what? Why am I don't know. I don't even know how to explain my problem with it.
Let's talk about Pal World and Pokemon real quick.
Why?
So isn't this game just Persona? And
no, because it's not turn-based combat, and that's a big difference.
Just like Pal World is not anything like Pokemon. On the surface, all of this game, when I was watching you play it, looks exactly like Persona.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because you're at a school, you mean?
Actually, the game we're talking about today is exactly to a T another game.
What game?
Fae Farm.
What other game is it like?
Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons.
No, I wouldn't say to a T.
Do you think? Okay, but way more closely related than Pal World is to Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
What is it about, like, the Pokemon Defense Force?
I feel like we should save this for the Pal World episode because
I know, but it's in my head now, and we're going to talk about two similar. We're talking about Tokyo Xanadu, which looks like a Persona and operates like a Persona.
I don't really have a lot to say on the topic because, I mean, I just find it so elementary, like the way people.
I wasn't. I was just trying to say,
no,
like,
I know
guys,
you
this is a thing that happens. That there are movies that are exactly the same that come out the same day. Like White House Down and Olympia Has Fallen. What are those ones?
I'm going to tell you, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know how like two movies will come out around the same time that are basically the same? Like,
can you give me an example? I would know the movies.
Barbie it's
and
a phenomenon. Look it up. It'll be like The Day After Tomorrow and 2012 will come out the same month, and they're both huge disaster movies. You know what I mean?
I see.
This happens very frequently. I think the reasoning is more like...
Do people know about this thing called trends?
Yeah, but it's weird when it's like the same movie. You know, Olympia.
Maybe it's not as weird to me because I'm in the book community, and there's a lot of books, and it's just kind of known that like once you can sell a paranormal supernatural romance, then you're going to keep selling those, and so those get published. So it's very like there's very capitalistic reasons why this happens.
Right. I just think it's like this happens. Everybody relax. This happens.
Okay, I will relax.
Good. Thank you. You were the one freaking out.
I'm always freaking out.
I know it. I know I'm talking to like most Pokemon people out there right now. Like they're all listening to this.
All the Pokemon people have come together
to listen to this.
To hear you.
And I decree, chill out, guys. Chill out.
I'm also playing.
Oh, you're still playing stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. I play a lot of games. I'm what they call a gamer. I'm also playing my Otome game of the month is Birushana, which is a Japanese historical Otome, you know. It's good. It's pretty good. It's fine.
Nobody's in a cage.
No
clowns,
nothing super
circus.
problematic has happened yet. It's like, you know, it's about being a samurai, and I'm fighting. It's a big girl boss game, that's for sure.
I see. And does everyone know you're a girl?
No, so this is another one of those.
One of those. It's a Mulan-like.
It's a Mulan-like. That's right. This game and Mulan came out on the same day, and let me tell you, the Reddit hasn't stopped being upset about it. I'm also
Disney should probably sue. Disney should sue that.
Disney, if they could, they would. I also started Lara Croft last night. I don't know which one.
You started Rise of the Tomb Raider because for some reason you said, I would like to play a Tomb Raider game.
Well, I wanted to play one of the new ones because I've heard they're good, and every so often I really like playing an action adventure game, and there's not enough out there, frankly.
There's a lot, but there's not a lot. Yeah, right. There's not a lot that are that interesting to me.
Yeah.
So far it's been riveting. I was just watching, and it was a great way to experience that game.
Let me tell you, she gets hurt a lot so far.
Yeah, this one's Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I think is the second of the modern trilogy.
Yeah, I do feel like I was a little bit dumped in, but it's pretty basic. I mean, her dad, I guess, is dead, and he was looking for a way to reincarnate, as we always are as adventurers. You know, obviously,
this is an Indiana Jones.
You and me, we know, right?
So Disney should sue.
He's looking for the spring of eternal youth, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm looking for that, and pretty fun so far. I'm racing up the mountains. I'm jumping off of crumbling platforms. It is what you think it would be so far.
Yeah, I miss Uncharted. I know that
Me
Last
too.
of Us, the
Uncharted
HBO
too.
show made such a big splash. They're gonna keep doing Last of Us stuff, but I kind of want an Uncharted.
How many times? But eventually they have to stop remaking Last of Us. They'll have to.
Eventually they have to stop remaking Last of Us. That's true.
Do they though? Maybe they could remake.
Honestly though, legitimately just from Naughty Dog, I would love something else.
Are they making Last of Us 3? Do you know?
Dude, no way they're not making that.
I'll play it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll play it. Yeah.
I'm gonna play it. And you know what's bad? I just shouted. Every time I play this game, I'm mad, and I don't know why. I just keep playing.
I mean, that's weird because I think it's really good.
Because I like the story and I like the world. Those are the two things that bring me through those games. I hate stealth and I don't like zombies, and so I struggle. But the world and the way the game's made and the characters are good enough that
do your best clicker impression.
I'm trying to like think of it in my head, and it's not coming to me. I mean, I can kind of hear it, but I don't want to do it. It's more clicky, I feel. There you go.
You do yours.
No, I don't want to.
Please. That was probably better than mine. Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't done. Okay. All right, what have you been playing? Those are all my games.
Honestly,
nothing.
not much.
Yeah.
Today I would love to be playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, but the place I bought it from that's supposed to break street dates doesn't.
I feel this was on you. This was on you.
Yeah, probably.
No, it was on them.
But here I am waiting for the mail.
Them. Did you contact them? I'm just curious.
Nope. It came out yesterday. I figured they'd ship it today or something, but we'll see.
We'll see.
And did I ever talk about Teardown? I can't remember if I talked about Teardown. We recorded a lot last month.
I don't think you did.
So I've been playing Teardown.
Did you beat it?
No, Teardown is not quite what I wanted it to be. Because the it's good. I like it. But it's not as... I don't understand how you're supposed to do some stuff. Like, the missions are like collect these 6 things. You have to collect 4 of them. 2 are optional. And you lay out what you do is... It's like, you have to steal these paintings from this little town. And what you do is you set up... It's incredibly destructive. It's like voxels. And everything can be destroyed. So you can punch holes in walls. You can blow ceilings out. And you're supposed to, like, set your path to grab one painting. That will trigger an alarm. And then you start running to the next painting, grab that one, running to the next one. And you only have 1 minute to do your run.
It's a heist game.
And you kind of set up your escape. But unless you start unlocking portal guns or something... I don't understand how 1 minute is enough time to get from point A to point B and collect some certain items. Like, even using the vehicles and making massive holes in the world, like, I don't really get it. So I'm going to keep playing, but I've started to get a little disheartened that, like, I can kind of only barely do the required things, not the bonus.
Sounds like a skill issue. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if it... I mean, the character can only run so fast, and you have to run between...
Maybe you need rollerblades. Did you unlock the rollerblades
There
yet?
could be maybe there's like a jetpack or something.
Boots.
The thing I did just unlock before I stopped playing was cables. So I'm wondering... So when you like grab the item in the world, it's physically connected by a cable to the alarm box. I'm wondering if I can shoot out around the alarm box to drop it out of the wall, and then cable it to the thing, so that way it doesn't disconnect. Maybe. You
know what you should do once you're like really done, or maybe just want to see, like, go look at other people's runs and see if they do crazy stuff.
I very much am going to do that.
Yeah, because I'd be curious.
But it's cool, but it doesn't... There's a couple of levels where it's like, all you got to do is destroy this tower, and that's very fun.
Yeah.
And I wish there was a little bit more of those. I know that's not the game, but
I mean, to be fair, that's what the game by the title sounds like. It's called Teardown, not Heist Bank.
There's lots of mods. I'm playing on Xbox, and there's mods there, but I think there's way more on PC. And like, yes, you can do a 9/11.
Why?
That's a lot of people's favorite. That's a lot of people's favorite one, just because of how big it is, like how much destruction.
Right. Okay, great.
But really, I haven't been playing much. I've been spending a lot of time trying to learn to play Mahjong. Partially because when Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth comes out, I want to finally know how to play Mahjong in there.
Is Mahjong co-op?
No.
Oh, well, we can't talk about it, so move on.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I mean, is there much more to say about Mahjong?
No, it's really cool. I like it a lot. It's just kind of like cards. It's another version of, like think of the tiles as cards.
Can you play solitaire with it?
There's Mahjong Solitaire. That's the one that everybody thinks of.
Heck yes, dude.
It's the one where there's like match 2. You know, you never played it on Windows?
Solitaire?
Yeah. Mahjong Solitaire.
Oh, no, I did.
Yeah.
I loved Mahjong Solitaire. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I just enjoyed clicking tiles and finding more tiles that I could, like, click with it. Oh, my gosh. You can play that in real life?
Yeah, you just shuffle it up and do stacks of whatever you're going to do.
Wow.
It's two
That's
sides
great.
have to be exposed.
This is really unlocking a memory. I totally forgot how much I played Mahjong Solitaire on the computer. I played a lot of that.
Use that to study the tiles so that you can play with me the real game.
Okay. Thanks. That's my homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about bamboo, the one of bamboo, is actually the bird, because he's sitting on the single stick of bamboo.
That is interesting.
And then the dragons and the winds. I'm finally understanding the winds and the seating positions. And, like, you can sit in the east seat, but the winds can be westerly.
I don't know what you're talking about, but...
It's so cool. I'm going to start a Mahjong cast.
Okay.
It's going to be called...
It seems like a visual thing, though, I would think. So I feel like maybe YouTube
No, the ASMR of, like, clacking the tiles together and stuff.
That is one of the best parts,
podcast.
is the physicality of the Mahjong tiles is pretty great.
What is happening to me a lot is... So I'm playing the Clubhouse Games version on Switch, which is Reachy. But I'm also playing Hong Kong ones online, Hong Kong style. And then I don't know exactly what's in the Yakuza games. I'll find out whenever my copy arrives.
I mean, you have the other Yakuza games. You could check those
Oh,
out.
God, that requires, like, finding them and putting them in the thing.
Okay.
This will just show up in my mailbox and it's
One
ready
day.
to go. I don't know where I was going with that.
You get confused between them? You don't...
Oh, sometimes I think I have a winning hand, but it's just like, you know, like you're playing like a pretty simple AI. I'm only playing versus computers while I try to, like, learn it, right? But I'll be like, but there's the 3, the 3, the 3, the 3, and the 2. Why?
The 3, the 3, the 3.
Why don't I have a thing? And it would be nice if I had someone to be like, here's why.
You need a tutor.
You know, I need a tutor.
You need a
So
personal
I'm just gonna
Mahjong
go
tutor.
probably down to Chinatown and just walk around until I see some old people playing.
Honestly,
And I'm just gonna be like,
that's not the worst idea.
Look, I only sort of know what I'm doing. Can I sit in?
You're trying to find, a master.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Sifu.
Yes.
And when I find them, I'll let you know.
I can't wait. That sounds like a great TV show, HBO series.
Ooh, let's talk about Fae Farm.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to respond to that. Were you expecting a response, or were we just gonna cut from there?
I figured you'd say like, yeah.
Okay.
Or like,
I can. Oh, that's a good one. Just cut this in.
Well, try again. That was
yours is
nothing.
better than mine. Can you just? Okay.
What was that?
All right. You know what? That's why I didn't do anything.
Well,
because
if you just tell the people what it was, it's not so bad. But if they don't know what it was, it's
I don't
pretty
want to
bad.
explain.
You have to explain your jokes. That's the only way they can be funny.
Sorry, I just
It's making weird bird noises.
All right, we're moving on.
That's supposed to be an air horn because Grace is
okay. How about
hyped.
this? I'll do this. Air horn.
Yeah, cut that out. Developed by Phoenix Labs and published by Phoenix Labs, Fae Farm was released on September 8th, 2023 for the Nintendo Switch and the PC. What kind of game is it? I hinted to it in the solo time section.
What kind of game is it? Fae Farm is a farming simulator game where you farm, and also in the advertisements they had fairy wings, and so everyone was like, we're gonna be fairies and we're gonna fly, and then you get the fairy wings and you just double jump.
Yeah.
That's like this game in a nutshell is that story. You
a
know
little
what
bit.
I mean?
Keep that moral of the
That's
metaphor
the moral.
in mind.
This is the metaphor of Fae Farm.
It's a harvest moon. Right?
I mean, I really don't want to say that because
It's a Stardew Valley.
I don't want to call games by other games' names. 2024, we're not doing that anymore.
Well, I hear you, but I think it's important in this case because there are. All right, I'm just going to come out and say it. We're just going to open with the showstopper. This developer, Phoenix Labs,
showstopper?
made Dauntless, which was a Monster Hunter game. So they clearly, you wouldn't decide to make a Monster Hunter game if you didn't like Monster Hunter and play a bunch of Monster Hunter. But Fae Farm seems like they decided to make a Harvest Moon Stardew Valley game, but didn't play Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. they just kind of looked up the guide and how it's supposed to work, because there are so many quality of life things that it's like, did you guys not play your own game?
Well, yeah, I imagine when you're coming up with ideas to make money. Sorry to be cynical about it, but you see like that there's a whole wholesome and cozy revolution going on, and that a lot of these gamers that are into these kinds of games are still learning, how to know if those games are going to be good or not.
But
and it was not. And
yeah,
they're by the way, they're wising up, guys. They're wising up, and they're not going to fall for your BS.
Cozy
anymore.
gamers rise up.
Cozy gamers are rising up, and they're
wise up and
they're
rise up.
Wise up and rise up, cozy gamers everywhere. And don't let them take you for all your money, because they will try.
Yeah, because this game is competent. It's just like
competent.
This
game is very pretty to look at. Let's say
it's fun to run around.
Should we go through the factors?
We should. I just want to say, this is exactly what is wrong with this game. You can build fences. That's awesome. You get to like design your fences, put them around your crops and everything.
They don't do anything.
They don't do anything.
They don't keep out your animals.
You can't walk through them, but don't worry, all your animals can. So they're just constantly walking your way while you're trying to farm. And it's so annoying.
That's really bad.
I don't think anyone tested this game, because they would also have been screaming at the animals to get away from their farm. I put up fences so that they wouldn't. Like, what? Why are the fences there?
I mean, that's the one reason for. It's actually kind of a metaphor for the rest of the game.
Well, yeah,
yes, because the whole game is cosmetic.
Yeah,
and has nothing to do, and that's bad.
But it doesn't even have that many good cosmetics.
I mean, it does. We have to grind for them.
You have to really want them.
You have to really want them, which we don't.
You have to really want that bunny ears. Factors. Type of co-op. Couch, online, split screen, same screen.
I think it's only online. There's no local, right? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It's online only. So
it's like a 3D version of this, right? Like
what? Huh?
Like
3D version
Stardew,
of what?
I guess I'm thinking of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is 2D.
Indeed.
This, you're moving around in a space, but it's still kind of isometric top down.
Yeah.
But you can jump and you have physics on your body. Like
there's
you can
some
go
platforming.
down cliffs. Yeah.
For sure.
Which is interesting. That was my
moving
favorite
around
part.
Is fun.
The moving around is the best part of this game. Separate mode or full?
Full game.
On the host's world.
Yeah. So you started a farm, or I don't remember, and then I join it. I think it was you. By the way, that process was not seamless. Do you remember how many times?
Yeah.
It took me multiple times to join your world. Why? Huh?
Yeah.
I'm a little mad.
So I never really played Dauntless. I started it up, and I said, "Oh, this is pretty cool."
Oh yeah, I remember you being like, "You should play," and I was like, "Meh."
And so I was under the impression, and I didn't look it up, and I haven't played it enough to know. I was under the impression that Dauntless was good. Maybe not Monster Hunter good, of course, but it was like, this is a fine Monster Hunter. So that's why I was kind of more interested in this. Because I was like, wait, as far as I'm aware, they make good games. And I mean,
as far as
I'll hear the argument. As far as I'll hear the argument that this is a good game.
I won't.
Maybe.
I won't hear that argument. I'll close my ears to it and say, no, you're wrong. It's a bad game.
Control scheme.
Good old pro controllers.
Or Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons, if you want. If you're a freak.
But it's standard moving around. Pressing A on stuff.
Standard jumping and running and pressing A and picking your veggies when you don't want to.
Yeah, so there's that's another of the quality of life things. I don't even have a list of them all. It's just so many. I would like to water this, but to water this, I have to hit A and it automatically picks it. And now I have a hole I didn't want. Or like my flower garden, I plucked my flower that I didn't want to pluck. I just wanted to water. It wouldn't let me water. Ugh.
Sad.
Ugh. Control-wise, the moving around is actually very satisfying. Like the first day I jumped in and like I'm jumping around, I was like, it feels kind of good to move around.
The swimming was fun because you swim like a fun little dolphin.
Yes.
Like, which is strange,
and
but
then
enjoyable.
Eventually you get those fairy wings.
And you can double jump. You cannot fly, but you can double jump.
Oh yeah. You can't even single jump in Stardew Valley, so.
I know.
Doubly good.
That's fair. Dude, Stardew Valley.
Sucks, dude. You can't even single jump.
I mean, there's a reason Stardew Valley has become the one we all compare everything to.
Yeah. I'm just surprised.
Did you know there's an update coming out soon for Stardew Valley?
I'm just surprised this is what I was getting at with the Power World Pokemon thing, and I was kind of being a little bastard, but everyone just copies. I know that Stardew is copying Harvest Moon, whatever, and they all make little tweaks. But why does everyone want to make something that's exactly the same? Like, that doesn't happen in any other genre, really. It happens a smaller amount in every genre.
Dark Souls, kind of.
Dark Souls likes, true. But this one, it feels like they don't even attempt to make it. Like,
that's not
there
true.
Are
I'm
hundreds
the one
of these,
playing
I feel like.
these, and I'm telling you, they do attempt to differentiate.
Yeah.
There's ways, and there's things that you may like better about. Like, first of all, setting is a big one, and writing for me is a big one. A lot of these will look really nice, and the writing is garbage. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't want to care. I don't care if the characters, when they talk to me, sound like paper cardboard cutouts of someone. Like, that's not interesting. But if you play one where they sound really interesting, like Wildflowers, like, I liked that one a lot, and that's because the characters always sounded like they had interesting things to say.
How's the writing in this? I don't remember talking to anyone ever.
It's irrelevant.
To say. Yeah.
And not only that, we didn't even get to the point where, for some reason, there's marriage in this game. And it's just so, like, you can just get married to someone you didn't even try. You don't have to give gifts to anybody. You just talk to them, and then one day they're just at your farm. You're like, oh, I guess I'm married.
I guess, now that I think about it, all first-person shooters are kind of the same.
Yeah, it's a genre. This is a farming simulator.
Interestingly, for some reason, it doesn't feel like it should be a genre.
I think it should, because I like this genre.
No, I do too. I'm just trying to, like... Maybe you know what? I guess I just don't really like this genre.
That's fine. You don't have to.
Because every time I play one, I'm like, but this is just that.
Yeah.
But I guess.
But if you like the genre, like I like roguelikes, I play a lot of them. And you could say it's kind of the same thing, but it's not. There's different stuff, you know?
All right. I semi take it back.
This is episode title. Let's call this one Craig Learns Genre.
Craig Learns doesn't like this genre,
actually. Yeah, you know, that's okay. That's okay. I didn't like this game, and I like the genre, so that shows you're coming from two different points of view of this game, and we've determined not good.
Yeah, not offensive.
No.
Just not good.
Well, it just feels like, it feels offensive to me, because in the way you were saying the fences don't keep animals out.
Yeah,
it is
come
offensive.
on.
Because it feels like
it's
you don't actually... You don't actually care about the genre when you do stuff like that. So that's offensive, actually.
Yeah.
You're not in it for the love of the game. You're in it for the cold hard cash. Which, you know what, I understand that that's always a factor. But, like, hey, the fences should keep animals out. That should be day one.
Yeah, that should really be day one. That's just kind of day one
day
stuff.
One patch. The fences keep animals out. No, I think that still doesn't work.
They updated it while we were playing and moved the stuff in the menu around a little bit.
For no.
And so I was like, ooh, they're adjusting quality of life stuff. And then everything else was just like, no, this is all still annoying.
Nope, that was still just aesthetic stuff that didn't need to even be shifted, and the things that mattered did not change. So at some point in this game, we said, hey, we should stop playing. You know, it really is, for me, like, I just feel myself turn off, and it's like, why am I playing that? Basically, anytime I ask the question, why am I playing this? That's when I know it's over.
I do feel you have to power through that a little bit.
Oh, I do.
You got to power through that a little bit. It's when I say to you out loud,
I had been powering through it for about a week. Trust me. I just don't tell you immediately because I feel it in my bones. It's a silent whisper, and I say, okay, let's wait. Let's wait till
if the whisper track on the calendar when you feel the first bone tinge, and then if you overcome it, you put like a little stocks up, and then the next time you feel it go down,
here's the
stocks
thing.
Down.
Every time I've quote unquote overcome it, aka beat a game that I shouldn't have beaten, I wasted my time. And you've taught me that I should be listening to my gut and dropping a game faster than that. And so I started to do that.
Fair.
So overcoming it for me was just ignoring my true feelings.
Dang.
Generally, when I make that decision, it's done. I mean, I'm very decisive. I think me and you are different. I think sometimes you need to see those things through because you're not quite sure. Once I feel it, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Wow, progression, things to unlock. It's your standard Harvest Moon progression.
You generally are unlocking new locations, but once we started doing that and realized like they're not that exciting, it became irrelevant to me. So like you unlock the fairy world, which at first was like such a cool idea. Ooh, we're going through the portal, we're gonna meet the fairies, and it's like, okay, here they are, and they had nothing interesting to say, and it's like, I don't know, man.
There was a whole decoration mechanic. There was lots of decorations.
Lots of decorations.
You know what I didn't feel like doing?
Decorating.
Couldn't tell you why.
Can I tell you what
didn't
recording
feel
this
like it.
podcast makes me want to do for real? Is that there's a lot of Stardew Valley mods. There's one that I saw people playing that's like a Redux, and essentially it's like a whole new game. It's like a whole new story,
Get
new
it? Play it.
characters.
I don't want to.
Oh no, I'm not inviting you. Don't you worry. I knew you liked Stardew Valley though.
I liked
you did.
Stardew Valley.
But it wasn't. It's just not your kind of game.
And this episode is now because my complaint of like they just keep making the same thing that I just realized is, I just think I don't like this.
Isn't it lovely to realize something about yourself?
Yeah. So because I saw this, I was so excited. I want to like these.
You want to like these,
haven't.
yes. Because in a way, it's kind of your thing. Like you like being cozy.
Slime Rancher.
You like cute things. Slime Rancher, yeah. What makes that
really,
different for you?
It's not one of these in any way, if you think about it.
It's adjacent, but it's
way more Monster Battler, Monster Raising.
Yeah.
And those two, Monster Raising and Farming, are close enough, in the
You could say there's definitely a Venn diagram. People like both.
Yeah. So I feel like I should like these, and then I just don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
There are way too many crafting stations.
True.
Your farm doesn't.
Really
your farm
are.
no longer is a farm where you grow things. Your farm is just a kiosk at the trade fair.
That's the part. That was part of the problem of even thinking about decorating, because it's like, yeah, I can decorate, but also my farm needs all these crafting stations, so it looks like a night market, and I don't know why. Why does it need to be like this?
The fences still work for you. Don't worry. The animals have no clipping, but you do. So we put trellises. Like I put little archways in our farm to try to make it pretty, and they're just in my way, and you can't walk under them. You might be able to walk under them. I shouldn't say that, but
I don't remember.
They just become in your way.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to pretty up our farm, and then now it's just annoying. Shared loot or XP?
Is there levels in this game? No. Do you level up? Yes, you do. Okay, you do level up. You level up your all your skills.
Stuff, your
it's not shared.
Tools.
It's not shared.
Yeah. Your money and your materials are shared.
Oh, well, only if you put it in a chest. Well, money?
Yeah, but
the money is shared. The money is shared. The stuff.
I just mean I can pass you. I can't pass you my upgraded hammer, or pickaxe, whatever. I can't give you the golden pickaxe, but I can give you all my.
But we don't share EXP.
Ruby scoops.
But we do share loot.
You end up you catch critters a lot. I made it my mission to do the job. You have job system kind of in this, and you can level up.
Which is
one
a cool
job
idea,
at a time.
by the way, in a different game.
And I wanted critter catching job. And eventually, I'm just running around in circles trying to find the rare guy, 3 rare guys in one catch, just kind of annoying challenges, sort of.
Well, it just makes you ask why. What's the point?
Yeah. And then you catch the guys, and then you put them in a little thing that turns them into bug juice. So I can give you tons of bug juice, and you could trade me your wool or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the farming, the part that I would be most excited about, because touching little animals and hanging out with big animals.
Yeah, they messed that up too.
Not very fun either.
Nope.
The update when they updated while we were playing, it did add highlighting the animal so you know who you're targeting when you're trying to pet or shear. Because I was screaming when there's 5 chickens in a pile and there's only one in there that I need to still pet, and I just can't get him because there's no way to know which one I'm targeting.
Because there's no clipping on the animals.
Yeah.
Why?
Friendly fire. No, probably not.
No.
We didn't try, but I don't know what it would be.
No,
I
don't
can't catch you in my
was.
bug net, so what do I care? Animal Crossing rules, by the way. You can bonk each other with the bug net.
Dude, remember 2020 Animal Crossing?
I love Animal Crossing.
I know, me too.
Fantastic.
That's different because
that's not this in any way. That's an Animal Crossing. It's down in the same camp. They go to the same school.
This really is the podcast of us trying to find categories for things. We could have called this the category podcast.
The category cast.
This is the category cast, and we love categorizing.
I do.
No, I do too. That's why
But
I'm here.
let me interrupt you with the next factor, interruptive actions.
I thought it was going to be an ad. I got really scared.
Today we're sponsored by Quip.
Interruptive actions? No, and that's the beauty of online multiplayer, I will say. So I don't remember ever being interrupted. The one thing you can do is go to bed, and that will force the other person to go to bed.
Which is nice that we don't have to both make it.
Yeah, that is actually
That's
like one
the
quality of life thing
thing.
that I like. Because in Stardew Valley, I remember I'd be racing home from the cave and you'd be at the bed and sometimes I wouldn't make it and it would be over for both of us. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Difficulty of the co-op.
I mean, no.
0. Splitting the tasks is great.
Yeah,
You be the miner, I be the farmer.
Oh,
we
yeah,
get
yeah.
things done
That's
doubly.
always nice in games like these for co-op. So.
I think this genre, farming simulator, life, whatever, should always be co-op. It seems like a great thing.
Yeah, to have that option at least.
Strategy or tactics? No, sorry, intensity.
Very low.
Yes.
I mean, it's so chill, I might fall asleep.
Competitiveness of the co-op.
No, not at all, I would say.
Strategy or tactics? Daily plan. There's a little bit.
The
daily plan, what you're going to go do, what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then what to spend money on since our money
that would
is
be the
pooled.
one.
That's a major one.
Yeah.
Hey, I only have 7 iron ore ingots. Can I take them to upgrade my bug net?
Right.
And lastly, communication. And recently I decided, and I'm forcing it upon you.
Oh.
What are some phrases that we repeated over and over again?
See, now let me just caveat you forcing this upon me. Yeah, I have a terrible memory.
Oh, fair.
So you can do this.
Well, you could just make some up.
Okay, I'll make it up.
So one I wrote down was wee because jumping down the cliff right outside your farm is fun. And I would say wee hee.
I like that. I mean, this is a good This is a good like segment that you can do. I'll enjoy listening to.
And then there's this beep and chicken because of how annoying it was to farm with the chickens around.
That does sound familiar to me.
Did you come up with any ones?
I don't really think I talked much during this game in
general. We didn't talk much. We sat in different rooms. We didn't even Discord. I would just tilt my head and be like, yo, I'm going to the farm.
There wasn't much really to say, and that's in a bad way, I would say.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's in a good way, and I would say kind of in a bad way this time.
Yeah. I found... Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, we didn't talk much, so there's not many lines to repeat.
Yeah. It was mostly you cursing to yourself or cheering in wonder when you jump. That's good.
When I finally bred a yellow bunny rabbit, I think I probably said, wow.
Wow, a yellow one.
Finally, a yellow one. I bred so many things to try to get just a slight color variation, and I did it.
But what's the point?
I thought it would give me yellow cotton, and it did not.
That's just ridiculous. You need to understand because even you know what game?
As far as I could tell, I maybe missed something.
Farming games. I got a Harvest Moon waiting for me on the shelf that I'm excited to get to eventually. The Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life that was remade for Switch that used to be on GameCube. Now there's no strawberry cows in it, which is sad because I forget which one put the strawberry cows in there, but they gave you strawberry milk. Okay.
You mean Story of Seasons?
No, I'm actually talking about Harvest Moon in this case.
Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life.
Oh, my bad. You're right.
So what's interesting about that is
the bleep.
So you're telling me they're remaking a Harvest Moon with the name Story of Seasons?
Well, they have no choice. They have to, yes. But they are the ones that have the game.
So how can they remake the game that they don't own since they have to change the title?
They have the game. They don't have the title. It's very dumb.
Every time we talk about this, I'm still confused and in awe.
It's stupid.
Let's rank this thing.
Okay, let's say it together. Give me 1 second to come up with my ranking. I always come up with it on the spot because that's how I live my life. Okay. Wait. Let me think about that again. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. C.
C+.
Okay, you said C+. I said C.
So I think it's C+ because it really isn't bad.
Are there
It's
hats?
just not a good one of this. There's a bunny ears hat.
Okay,
I didn't
hats.
get it. It took too many materials.
If there's hats, we can say C+.
Okay.
I'll allow
I think it's C+ because, first of all,
at least we're centered on
C. A C and a D are not necessarily never play it.
I almost said D, and then I was like, no,
it's not a never
wrong.
play it. Well, there is someone out there who will get something out of this.
Yes. Okay. Now I will say for the first
it should maybe be
5
your first
hours,
harvest. Yeah.
we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I don't like to base things off price, but I actually don't think it's worth both of us spending $60 to play together on this game.
Yeah.
If it's on sale for $20, that is a good price for this. $20. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I don't like being that person. We generally don't do that, but No, I'm a little mad about that, actually.
Save yourself. Save this for later. Save yourself for...
This is not a priority
Fair-
farming game, okay? You can
Yeah.
trust me. I play the good ones.
You can trust me.
Good
I
taste.
have a tractor.
You can trust me. I've never farmed in my life. But I do love cows, and I own many
I planted
cows,
mustard seeds in
stuffed
my
cows.
garden growing up, in my
Did you?
parents' garden, and then my dad pulled it out because he thought it was weeds.
No, oh my God, that's why you don't like farming games.
That's
You're traumatized.
Exactly it.
It's always about trauma.
Wow.
Okay.
And with that revelation,
And with that,
let's head to the closing bit. Ski. Grace, now's the time of the podcast where I ask you to tell me where we can tell them to find us on the internet.
you can check us out at savetogether.com, where you can find links to our recommended episodes, our factors, and, our social media.
Probably not
if you're into that.
recommended episodes, but recommended games. You probably can't find recommended episodes over
I meant
there.
games, but that's a good point. Well, to be fair, the recommended games have the episodes on them.
Unless
so.
it's a game that we've not covered and it says NA, because there are some games that are recommended that I think are fantastic.
That's so true, and I did
that we
know
haven't done an episode. But we will. Sea of Thieves, I'm looking at you.
Sea of Thieves, one day.
Someday.
We'll get around to you.
It ain't going nowhere.
It's true, it's not, and I think they're only adding more still, right?
Season 11.
I'm impressed that they're still developing it, frankly.
Me
I
too,
really
because
am.
it came out and I loved it, and it was a bit of a dud. Not a flop, but a dud, a little bit, like a...
They must have some whales, because I can't understand how they're being funded.
The people that play it really play it.
Okay.
And then there's the rumors that might be the game Microsoft was talking about bringing to PlayStation. And I think that's smart, because that game, for the most part, that game needs players. Like, there's a solo ability to it, but you need to have other players to really have interactions. So it makes sense that you're going to want it on more places.
Well, I hope they do, because, we're going to play it. We're going to do an episode. We've played it before, but I just wanted to put more time into it.
I wouldn't allow you to do an episode yet.
Oh my God.
Because you've
Frankly, this is part of the reason,
not gotten your sea legs.
This is part of the reason why I don't want to play, because you're like this about this game.
It's amazing. You will become a better sailor.
You will have fun.
No, I don't care if you have fun or not. I care if you man the capstan right.
Dude, I played the game. You just got to get the bucket and you got to go downstairs. You got to put that water out in the ocean where it belongs.
Or you could throw that water on the skeletons that are gold and rust them, so then you can shoot them.
Ooh, now that's how you sail in real life.
That's like sailing in real life. I've got nothing else to say. How about you?
All right. Au revoir, Fae Farm. May you rest in peace, and may you never bother me again.
You may get relegated to the closet.
Oh, you will get
We've got limited shelf space, so I tend to...
you will get relegated to the closet.
I tend to relegate.
Regulate?
I regulate my shelves by relegating things to the closet.
Is relegating? That's a word.
Yes, it is.
Heck yeah, dude. Words.
You want to read the definition of relegate, and then we'll close it out with that?
All right.
I love knowledge.
Good. Word of the day.
Relegate. Merriam-Webster says...
Relegate. To consign or dismiss to an inferior rank or position.
I used it to a T.
That's right. You did. And the inferior position is in our closet.
Bye.
All right. Bye.